everyone, I'm Deepika Trehan. Welcome to yet another episode of our leadership web series, Diva is a Mindset. And I have a really charming lady with me today in conversation. Her name is Jasmita Datta, a senior manager in one of the very well reputed pharma organization. By passion, she loves saris and is an Instagram influencer, and very, very proudly a corporate diva tribe member. So happy to have you on the web series, Jasmita. Welcome.
Thank you, Deepika. It's always a privilege to interact with you, and it's my honor to be a part of this series.
Thank you, Jasmita. Jasmita, I know that you work with the pharma industry, right? And I'm sure times are challenging. Work is challenging right now. But beyond that, let's put a little focus on mental well-being. Do you think these are challenging times for our mental health and mental well-being?
Absolutely, Deepika. This is the time where our mental agility has been put on test. Change always is very difficult, and this is the time where we are being exposed to change unplanned. So we are in solitude, and solitude can be painful. The silence, the loneliness, the absence of that mental stimulation which a social interaction would give us, that is absolutely missing. And enduring all these things alone has definitely put you on test. And ironically, no one is alone in this. We all are in this together. So this is the time where we have to listen to ourselves, introspect and reflect on things, and probably think of resilience more, of bringing yourself, of improving yourself, and thinking what are the strengths that you need to focus on instead of your weaknesses. There is always an inner critic in our mind which keeps on flagellating and telling us and chastising us and exposing our insecurities. We'll have to lower that voice. We'll have to tell that you stop, I have better things to do. So this is the time where we do it, which otherwise, wouldn't have been possible probably in the busyness of the daily life. So yeah, this is a very important time, and I think one time which not only the planet is getting, but we are also getting to rejuvenate ourselves.
True. In fact, I love what you said, that social interaction indeed is therapeutic, and now we kind of realize the importance of that. But once doors open back to our offices, right? How are you going to be managing the interactions with your colleagues? Would there be a shift in the way you're going to be interacting with them, especially women colleagues?
All right. So I think if we talk about women colleague, women come with a lot of laundry behind ourselves, right? And we have a lot of things to do. Now, having said that, at this point in time, we are juggling a lot of things. And in this time also, we are not stopping completely the social interaction bit. We are trying to catch up with people on WebEx. And women here, we are just exposing our raw selves. Even the men, that way, we are not dressing up for a WebEx. We are just casually meeting people, keeping that interaction going. And I think when we go back to the work, this will become so much more obvious that how important a physical connect is, not just virtual. We will realize the importance of being and coming to work more often, because we have been asking for a lot of work from homes a lot of time, especially the women colleagues. But I think now the women will, and also the men will take that time to come to work and spend more time at work, interacting with people, increasing that vigor which was there in the workplace. More so, we will, I think, now become more compassionate and kind towards someone else. We will understand someone more than how we used to understand someone, with less judgment, less superstitions, and less those kind of things. When I say superstitions, it comes associated with a women coming to workforce. I think men are equally giving that kind of an effort in their homes right now, helping the women folk.
Absolutely. In fact, a few beautiful words that you mentioned was being compassionate, understanding, to be not non-judgmental, not being too harsh on ourselves. Those are characteristics of humble leadership that will have to come forth in a far larger proportion than what it was earlier. But having said that, we're all human, and I know for sure that you're in a nuclear setup in a city away from your native city. uh, aging parents there. How are you coping up with emotions of being helpless in times of need for your aging parents, and also coping up with the loneliness here in a different city?
It's more about, how how powerful you think you are. Once you are determined to rise above this situation, is when you become more powerful. And this is what I'm taking this whole experience as one thing, that I'm going to show leadership here also. And by leadership, it's not that I'm dictating people, I'm delegating tasks. It's more about connecting people. It's more about telling my parents, don't worry, I'm here, I'm taking care of myself, you take care of them. I see that my parents and my in-laws are in more insecurity, in terms of they have more comorbidities if in case they kind of interact with the COVID virus. So that's where this comes. That's where this whole thing plays a big role of somebody taking that lead. And I'm trying to do that here. I'm trying to keep myself sane, and that is something which I'm doing consciously.
Wonderful. I think keeping oneself, if we can just be that one person who's in charge of their own selves, beautifully translates into strength towards the ecosystem. Which brings me to my last question to you. I know this conversation can go on, Jayasmita, but given the scenario and also even previously, did we underplay the importance of sisterhood, of a ecosystem to fall back on? How relevant, how significant is that? In terms of Corporate Diva, we have our Corporate Diva tribe. Do you feel that it is far more relevant in today's times?
It is extremely relevant, Deepika, and I'm not saying it because I'm talking to you here and we are talking in terms of Corporate Diva, but that tribe is holding us together. We women are very kind of self-depreciating at times. We are like, I have my family, I have my work, and we don't think beyond much. However, this tribe helps you to develop yourself, not just in the mental space, but also in the grooming as a corporate leader. I see fierce women in the tribe who I look up to. I see compassionate women in the tribe, and we all together synergize so well. Our skills synergizes, and this thing teaches us that I'm not alone in my journey. I may have problem, and so do those people who are in the tribe. And together we are developing ourselves, together we are interacting, and I have made excellent friends out of the tribe. Not just in now we don't interact only in the tribe, but we interact outside as well, and there's so much to look up to in these women.
Sure. So I'm sure, and you know what, with your thoughts, I'm sure there would be so many women looking up to you for inspiration as well, Jasmita, because sometimes we just underplay the importance of speaking up. Us speaking up those few words might just be that little savior for somebody really wanting to hear those words that I'm there. For which I'd like to thank you. Thanks for being there on this web series. It was such a pleasure interacting with you, Jasmita, and wish you more power, wish you more positivity, and may we all heal together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deepika. It's my pleasure. And I want to close it with saying something, that failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of it. So even if we fail in these times, we must just keep moving on.
Profound. That's a lovely closing note. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepika.